Sue here from Sue's Dolbrodmaeth garden today. It's the 12th of April 2025. I can't believe the time is going so quick. Anyway, I'm in the Polytunnel at the moment. I've just fed the chickens. I had to cover up my potatoes because it's been really cold in the evenings. Really cold. Like ice cold in the evenings for the past few nights. Oh, I can see some blossom on that. Anyway, I've just come out because hot in here. Just stand out here a minute. It's affecting me. Anyway, I was just in the Polytunnel. It's really stuffy in there. I might have to open the back door, get a bit of air flying through for a minute, just to get rid of that stuffy feeling, because I actually want to sow some seeds before I actually tackle the job outside, which I'm going to finish today, I've decided, and I'm going to dig up some plants and put them in the garden. Sorry, it's way too near. Look at all my wrinkles on my face. I just want to hold the camera further away. I will get my new camera out. I've got a new phone which we got last year and we haven't even used them yet. Yeah. So they're called Think phones or something. Anyway, just open this door. Whew. I'm not very up on the old technology. Once I get used to something, I don't really want to change it. That's probably because I'm older, you see, and I'm not really into technology. I like doing videos and stuff, but when I have to think, oh, I've got to get a new phone or I've got to do a new this, well, I hate it. I can't stand it, to tell you the truth. Everything's so much more complicated these days. So anyway, I'm just going to sow some seeds because that's what I love doing. So today, the seeds I'm going to sow, I'm going to try and sow as many as possible, but I haven't got much compost left. But I'm going to try and sow some of these. So all these can be sown now. So the Sarnia assorted with these sort of lovely flowers. I'm going to sow some of them. The Pinks baby doll, foxgloves. Looks like I've opened this packet already. I must have sowed some of these last year. I've got foxgloves in the garden, so I'm going to dig them up and move them in the garden, in my nursery beds up here. Candy tuft, verbena. I've got another packet of these, so I sow these later. So look, you can sow them all the way to half of May. So we'll sow some this month and we'll sow some more next month. Oh, there's another pinks. I've got two pinks then. Oh yeah, bought 2 packets of pinks. Yeah, the verbena, candy tuft. These are actual carnations, so we'll see if we can sow them. Sweet Williams, I love these. I think they're a biennial. Anyway, they seem to plant one year and grow the next, depending on when you plant them out. And we've got some lavender, the Elegant Snow, which is a white lavender, which looks amazing. And then we've got an ornamental cabbage. So we're going to sow as many of these. Has been watering the Polytunnel and I've done a load of seeds. So I've put them all in pots. I've actually run out of compost now, so I'm going to have to get some more. Next time we go out, I have to buy a bag of compost or 2. I only use the compost for putting the seeds in now. I'm just trying to use my compost from my bin, but not for seeds, because it's got too many weed seeds in it. But for doing my seeds, I need to use like compost, which I use Jack's Magic. I know you can use seed compost, which is just a finer compost, but they have to put up with this because they're going to go outside in the ground. So this is what's happening. So I just pulled up all the radish under the table, which were absolutely useless, and I thought, no, just get rid of them. And we need to make room for our flowers when we're going to put them in the Polytunnel for the nursery beds before we put them outside. So we're just going to use these beds. If these vegetables don't come to anything, I'm just going to put them outside and sow them direct in the garden and just see if they work. Anyway, let's just have a look outside. This is the reason why I need to use my new phone, and because I don't actually look at this screen, I'm looking at what I'm looking at. But whatever these are that I dug up out of the garden and rescued, we'll see what they are and whether we want to put them back in the garden. The camellia cuttings are looking good. I started weeding the other day. I haven't got round to doing this. I accidentally pulled out one of my peas over there. It got caught on something and got pulled out. Never mind. Yeah, so I weeded this bit and I moved around some of these marigolds, because once these die back I will pull them out, this Mizuna, and then we need to sow some more Mizuna actually. I usually sow some along here, but I thought I sowed something in there, but yeah, I did, didn't I? Did I? No, that's a poppy. I sure I sowed some Mizuna. I need to sow some Mizuna seeds in here. It grows really quick and it's nice for your salads. But look, here are a couple of flowers that I spotted. So I've got a couple of strawberry flowers, and I went over this the other day, loosened up the earth because it was compacting down, and I've got I'm going to bring some chicken manure over here. I need to clean the chickens out and I will put some in here. I did put sheep poo around these. I just throwed some on the top and the rhubarb. Yeah, I just threw some pellets on the top, the sheep pellet poo. I just threw that on. Yeah, so I pulled out the radish from over there because it wasn't, that was it, what I just showed you. And these I'm just letting go into flower. I couldn't let them go to flower because they get too tall under the table. But these I'm letting go into flower now, these other white radish. So there'll be more flowers for the insects in here. So there's a lot of bees in here, and there's loads of flying insects in here. So they have a refuge place in here. Refuge is rubbish. Rescue place in here with all these lovely sunflowers that just keep on going, and they smell absolutely amazing. And in the evening when you come in here, the smell really comes out. And they smell absolutely amazing. Absolutely love them. But we do have a lot of seedlings under here. I'm not sure what they are. I don't know. Are they coriander? Are they French marigold? Are they what they say they are? Are they? Or are they just something else like weeds that I don't want? Anyway. We'll find out soon. But I did find one. Right, so I went through this pot here that had a couple of weeds in it. I was just about to throw it away, but that is actually a basil because you can smell it, and that one there might be one, so I won't throw it away. I did just sow all these seeds. I haven't got much compost, so I've had to put them in pots to use less compost. So I've sowed the ornamental cabbage, the white lavender, sweet williams, verbena, carnations, pinks, those things. I sowed both of those because, yeah, I did sow both, didn't I? Yeah, because those all this seed, they were only 50p in B&Q. These were a packet of fothergills, foxgloves that I'd done last year, which I've got in the garden, which I'm going to move into the flower gardens. And yeah, and then we've got dahlia seeds that I don't know, but all the ones I've done today are all these ones here. And then we've got a couple of these purple and white Laratris or something. These, some of them were like not very good, but there was two left that were all right. So hopefully one's white and one's pink. That'd be good. And then they will multiply over time. What have we got going on? The trouble is, at the moment, I'm finding with the seeds, I do cover them up every night, but actually it's really, really, really cold in the evening. So obviously they're not germinating because it's so cold in the evening. So the temperature needs to be more stable, like higher temperatures in the evening, for them to sort of say let's go. A lot of them will not say let's go because it's not warm enough and they're not liking it in the evening. So they're going to be a bit slow, I think, to take off. Even though it's really warm during the daytime, it has to be warm in the evening as well. I covered up my potatoes. I was getting a bit concerned that it was too cold. I'm not sure about planting them out next week. If the temperatures don't rise up a bit more in the evenings, I'm not going to plant them out yet, because I don't want to lose them. They're really expensive to buy now, I noticed. So I don't want to waste my potatoes putting them in the ground and then they just rot away because they froze. So I think I'm going to wait probably till the end of the month, the end of April, before I decide to put my potatoes in, even the beginning of May. Need to make sure the temperature's better in the evening. I don't want to take a chance on them and lose them. Last year some of them didn't take at all because of the wet conditions, and they all rotted off, a lot of them. But they're all going round the other side, in the other garden, right round the other side. I'm putting them where I did last year, but in different beds. They're going in different beds. But at the moment I need to go in, I need to feed my dog, I need to have a cup of tea or something, and then I'll come out and I need to complete the job that I started yesterday, and then that will all be done then today. Get that all done today, and then I wanted to actually move some plants into the main garden and surrounding gardens. I'll have to use my own compost for that because I haven't got any compost left, even though it's got weed seeds in it. It won't matter, will it? Well, it won't have to, because I'm going to use it. So I'm going to take out, I've just come out of there, boiling in there. Whew, that's better. I know my face probably looks really rosy because it's very hot. Anyway, I'm going to get on now and do something. The garden's starting to look really pretty. Everything's starting to grow. I will show you all the plants that are growing. It looks amazing. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'll see you at 4 o'clock. It's definitely got cooler, windier. Yeah, it's not nice. I'm quite chilly now. I just want to show you what I've been doing today over the other side of the garden. I've actually finished it, the back of the garden. So as far as I'm concerned, the brambles can wait. I can't be bothered to do any more in the back of the garden. I need to get on indoors tomorrow, and I think it's going to rain. So I've finished the garden, what I've wanted to do. That's it. Okay, I'm going to show you what I've been doing. We started this yesterday or the day before. Yesterday, I think. And we trimmed all over here. We trimmed quite a lot. And I've trimmed both sides. I've got off all the grass off of the thing. This is a massive dip here, by the way. And I put these buddleias in that I dug up from the garden a couple of years ago. I think they keep getting caught by the frost because it is really cold at night and it is still frosty, so I think they keep getting caught. I put this one in. There's another buddleia right next to it. I think I put it too near. Anyway, there's another buddleia here, and they all look like they're a bit frost damaged to me. But I cleared all this, and over there I was trimming and then a slow worm appeared and then disappeared. Made me jump out my skin. And what I've also done, I've trimmed all around the pond today. I've trimmed all around the pond. It's getting windy now and quite chilly. I just said that. I've also taken off some of the cardboard. I took it off this bed and I've dug it over a foot, light forking with my hand fork, just to get a tilt so that, look how wet it is, see? Still really wet over here in this side of the garden. So I think it's going to rain anyway, so I'm going to put some plants in here tomorrow, and then I'm going to just go over this one. As you can see, some of the cardboard wasn't right over the dock leaves, but they're much easier to get out now. I could just trim them, but I will try and dig them out because I don't want them in there. So I've uncovered this bed as well, which needs a little going over. But I'm leaving that one like that so that the birds can come down and eat the slugs. which were underneath the cardboard. It's nearly 6 o'clock, by the way. I haven't been out here all that time. Did stop for a little while, went to Dog Effley and got a few bits and come back, and I went straight back out in the garden because I just wanted to try and do as much of the weeding as I possibly can, because my job tomorrow is to start indoors. So I put a load of plants out today, done loads of weeding. I sowed some seeds inside the polytunnel, so I'm trying to sort of get things done because my time has to be dedicated to indoors now. So, but obviously I'm going to come out here once a day and just do some weeding, check on the plants, that kind of thing. Yeah, and I can't do any more sowing. I've been sowing inside the polytunnel, but I can't sow anything in the garden, do any seeds at the minute until I get some more compost. So I'll just show you the seeds I've done inside the polytunnel today. So I went through my seeds this morning, sorted them out so that all the vegetables are in together and all the flowers are together. I do have a hell of a lot of both, so I'm not buying any. I planted some Mizuna, which is what I really wanted to do today. Anyway, let me just show you what I've done. Put some Mizuna in here, there, and also this side we put in some coriander that was in the bottom of the bucket. That's what I think it is. So I put all those sort of stray seeds in the bottom of the bucket in there, and then I put some more Mizuna over here, and behind that I put in the larkspur delphiniums at the back there, which are, what are they called? Giant mix, giant imperial they're called. So they're at the back and they're at the front, the Mizuna there. And then over here I also sowed some Ogun melon seeds because I thought, you know what, let's just bung them in the ground and see what happens. Probably a mouse will come and eat them or something, but they're not, I can't grow them for some reason. I just can't. So we're just going to try them in the ground this year. Then I've put in a row of Tuscany salad along there. What else did I sow? Yeah, and I put some, that's it I think. Yeah, I think that's all I sowed inside the polytunnel. So that's quite a lot of things, but I thought get some stuff in, Sue, because you just need to. I didn't uncover any of those today, so I don't need to cover anything up today. So that's it. So, and also I'm going to show you around the other side because I've got to pick up my chicken. Oh, I dug up the estabile that was over there in the corner. I also took out from this bucket, I've just repotted these, 3 hydrangeas. They've all got roots on. I've also done that. I took over a couple of the whatevers, and yeah, I've got to keep those covered up. The wind's blowing and it blew off the covers because these poor hostas, once they get going, they're fine. But as soon as the growth comes through, the birds seem to think that they're a feast. So I have to keep them covered up until they grow. So, and the wind got up earlier and blew off the cover. So anyway, I'll show you what I've done around the other side. Let's go. Hello. Hello, Mr. Magoo. Are you Mr. Magoo? I don't know which one's which. I've got so many pheasants that like me. But there is one that comes round every day in the morning and I'll feed him over here. He's beautiful. But I do like the pheasants, I must say. They are lovely. Anyway, let's go around the other side. I expect we're past my chickens. They were hanging out over here just now. And we're going into the pond garden. So, I don't know why they do this. See, they're working their way back to their house. Aren't you? You're working your way back to your house. Haven't quite made it yet, have you? So, see you in a bit. So, Simon mended their oh, Tweetles is moaning because she wants to go in. Simon mended the top gate today, this one that goes up here, but I couldn't help him lift it because it weighs a ton. I said, well, when the guys come, hopefully tomorrow, to put the balustrade up, You'll have to ask one of them to help you with that, because I can't lift that. It's way too heavy, because it's such like 3 lots of wood all sort of together. Anyway, we're going to have to see what wheels we're going back. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. I had to put you down for a minute so I could shut the gate. Yeah, the chickens are all going. Are you going in now? Yeah, just having a last peck about. Anyway, the sun's just about to go over the mountain, and then it gets really cold. It has been quite chilly today. The wind has got up here and there, and really cold. Anyway, I managed. I've done so much today over here, because I need to get all these tufts of grass out, see? And I'm going to put the potatoes back over here, I've decided. Because they grew really well over here the first time around. And as I said before, I'm not putting them in now till the beginning of May. But I cleared all around the honesty today, and I took out all the tufts of grass. I thought, make an effort soon and get the grass out rather than just trimming them. And in here we're going to put some more flowers. So we've got a lupin, a buddleia, and our little tree which is growing. And we're going to put in some more stuff in there. I haven't done these. You see all these bloody dock leaves. And in here I've got to get on my hands and knees and dig them out. And then I'm just going to go in here and quickly tidy this one up. But I'll do this like one a day. But today I went to town because I've done this one also. Cleared all that one today as well. And yeah, and I cleared this one as well, and I put all these plants in here. This is the one I started clearing the other day, isn't it? And then it was empty, so I put all these plants in today. So I've put in a couple of hydrangeas. We've got these in here. Everything's like, God, what has happened to us? But they should revive. I might cut these back a bit. We'll see how they look tomorrow or the next day, and if they look all bedraggled, I will cut them down. They'll soon grow back. And this is a chamomile. This is the astabil just here. Yeah, a bit broke off, which I've actually put in a pot with water. Hopefully it might grow. And that is the aquilegia I was talking about. That was where the currant bushes were. It's got massive roots on it. It's a huge plant. And it's going to grow over here now. It's soon established, but that's what I've done today. So tomorrow, depend on how engrossed I get with indoors, I will come and put some plants in this one before it grows over again. And then I'll have to uncover this one. This one's got a lot of evening primrose. That's evening primrose there. That's a dock leaf there. I don't know why I'm preserving that. That looks like a dock leaf to me. But that's definitely evening primrose. And then there's something else there, and there's a little shrub thing here. And over here, I'm hoping that these ferns grow back. But if they don't, I will dig that up. And we'll plant something else in there. There are a couple of hollyhocks in here though. And 3 buddleias in this one. I'm trying to put the big plants in the middle. And then I'm going to have lots of smaller plants on the outside. Probably alyssum and lobelia I need to put near the edges to soften all the edges. And into here is also the foxgloves. I'm trying to make this look nice so that when we get the pod, cross our fingers, we can, this garden will look beautiful. And this will be for the pod, you see. This will be the pod garden. But at the moment it's called the pond garden because the pond is obviously here. And we actually have some lily leaves. I did check on our wildlife this morning. Everything's fine down there. And we do have a lot of boatmen. A lot of boatmen. Oh, sorry, my thumb's in the way. Oh, it's really cold now. I'm going in now. Yeah, look at all these self-seeded evening primrose. That was from one evening primrose that was over here. There was one here somewhere. And look at all these self-seeded evening primroses this year. So, yeah, so that's what happens when you leave things. And also we have these beautiful forget-me-nots in here that I planted last year. I planted loads of stuff in here, but a lot of it died off. Some of it comes back, but a lot of it just dies off. I don't think I can be bothered to put any more plants in it this year. We'll see what happens. Might need to put some in. Anyway, I'm going to get Tweetles now because she's moaning. Hello Tweets, do you want to come out? What we're doing at the moment, see Tweetles, this is her summer house. She has 2 homes. She has daytime living and nighttime living. So we get her, we don't leave her out in here. We go and, I'm going to give that food to the chickens, by the way, because you're not eating it and they could do with it. They'll eat it. They'll eat it. Come on, out you come. Oh no, they're over there. Hope they don't see her. She already had to hide today because I left her in the Polytunnel earlier and they saw her and then she was hiding underneath a bag. Come on, Tweety, out you come. Come on, Tweety. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, now she's being a sod. Now she's not coming. Come on. Come out. I need to pick you up. If I try and grab her now, she'll run and I won't be able to get her out. Come on. As soon as she gets up, out. Oh. She's moaning. I'm getting really cold now. See the sun? It's gone. It's gone behind the mountain. It gets so cold. I can tell you the temperature drops at least 5 degrees lower in a very short amount of time. Oh, she's out now. Right, we can get her now. Hold on. Sweetie, my darling. Come on, darling. Let's shut this because we don't want any old way from straying there, do we? Here she is. Oh, you can't see her. Hold on. Of April 2025. I've just come out in the garden. It's about 11:10. The balustrade guy was supposed to come today, but he didn't turn up, so Simon had to ring him and try and sort that out. Yeah, so now I'm out in the Polytunnel because I just need to get some fresh air for a minute before I do the breakfast room. And this is what I'm going to do because I hate being indoors, by the way. I love being outside, so it's quite chilly today as well. But I thought I'll come outside, show you some of the seeds that are growing, and I'm going to weed some more of this bed down the middle because I feel like I need to do something positive, and then I'll go back indoors and then I will start on the breakfast room and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. I think I might have to order some more paint for the job that I'm going to do, but this is what I need to do. I'm still wondering what this plant is here. What is this? What is this? I do not know. I will find out soon when it comes out. We seem to be having a flower on here. Isn't this the flowers? What is this? Something on there trying to grow. Anyway, our little things seem to be taking. I swear they're taking because when you try to pull them, they're not coming out of the ground. Which means that they would have rooted really quick. I don't know about my little trees, but I'm hoping that they will take. I really hope so, because I really want those. Anyway, I'm going to get that bit of plastic over there. Not showing my face on camera today because I haven't done my hair and I haven't put any makeup on. So I'm just going to show you the surroundings instead. You don't need to see me all the time, but look at the beautiful tulips. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, I love these tulips. It's so beautiful. Anyway, we did plant all those seeds. Sow them. Oh no! Look. See these little holes? This is where something's come and taken the seeds. So something come and taken my Mizuna seeds. I did put a lot in there, so I'm hoping they will still grow anyway. We'll keep an eye. Anyway, let's just have a look at our seeds on the table and see if anything's germinated. Look, we've got a little hole here. Look, see these holes? This is something coming in here. Look, lots of little holes. Something's been in there. Well, what was this that I sowed? China rose? No, that's not going to grow. Not very successful with the old radish this year, so we'll give up on those. Anyway, let's have a look if we've got anything growing here. No, need to just make sure the tops of these are kept moist. I'll just use a spray bottle. All that lavender's dried out on the top, look. Yeah, nothing going on there. Yeah, so I did manage to do the other side of the garden the other day, yesterday. Wouldn't do it today because it's so windy. Not planning on doing any outside work today. Anyway, look at those, they're growing. Sweet Williams. Yeah, these wildflowers are still growing. That's still growing, that hellebore, but it's not soon to have got any bigger. Yeah, they're not growing yet. Anything in here? Oh, we've got a little sign of life with the multicoloured primulas. And the sweet corn is definitely not growing. Probably won't grow. What about these? Yeah, we've got a couple of tomatoes coming up. Look, we've got one there, there's one there, and there's two there. So they're starting. Yeah, I've got a lot of different variety tomatoes, but I'm not doing loads. There's a lot of seeds in there. Anyway, that's it for now. Nothing else to tell you over there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just do a bit of weeding. Even if it's only 15 minutes, I just feel like doing something outside because I love being outside and it just is much better for my soul than sitting indoors getting all miserable. Okay. For the last 3/4 of an hour, half an hour, I don't know. Anyway, I tidied up all this middle bed here, so there's more room for the peas now. These bluebells were in the compost that I put in here. They're very near the surface, so I'm probably going to move those actually out of here. All these bluebells need to be taken out of here. Not really supposed to be in here. So I will move them to outside once they finish flowering now. And I did take off some of the leaves of the tulips. They're sort of very new bulbs and they only produce one leaf. Next year they'll probably produce 2 leaves and eventually they'll become a proper tulip and I can put them outside then. So we just tidied up the bed, got all the weeds out. I think that might be a borage there. We've got a few borage which I've moved out of that bed because I don't really want them growing indoors this time. I'm going to put them outside. So yeah, my little ladybird just broke. I just pulled her out and she just came apart in my hand. Nothing's made to last. I moved a few more. I moved a few more of the marigolds over here that I found in the rest of the garden there. So I've moved them there. I've got some plants in here, well, some seeds that I sowed yesterday, so I didn't really want to disturb those too much. Yeah, the garden, I'm not watering it today. Yeah, we've definitely got something in here. There's definitely something in here digging little holes everywhere. Look, little holes everywhere, just going around digging up stuff. There's definitely something in here. Anyway, yeah, so I've tidied this bit up, planted a few more of the, well, moved them around the marigolds. I'm trying to keep them all over this end. I know there's a load more under this Mizuna, so when it dies back, because usually I have a whole bed of marigolds down here for the insects and everything, for the hoverflies and all of that, so they usually just stay over this side. There's not many hoverflies in here today, but there was loads yesterday, but I can't see any today. But this is a nice place for them to come and rest and stuff. They won't get attacked by any predators in here. So yeah, so I like to leave some flowers, and obviously my beautiful wallflowers that I'm just taking cuttings off every time they grow. I just take more and more cuttings off them and I'm putting them around the garden. Really good way of getting free plants all around your garden. I've put all the wallflowers in now for this year, but when them ones grow I'll probably do some more. Yeah, we tidied this up. I'm not sure what these spindly things are. They're a little bulb of some sort. I'm not sure what they are. Anyway, I think the little mite or whatever it is may have ate all the salad seeds. But we will plant some more. Sow some more. Anyway, I can hear the pheasant outside making a noise. Yeah, I think these are chamomile, so I've just moved them into one line. I love these, but I let them grow on, then I will put them in the garden. But they're chamomile. You can tell by the smell. Got an unusual smell, chamomile. Or feverfew, one of the two. I always get them confused, sorry. Anyway, I just ruffled up this bit a bit, but still needs a little bit of scraping over, but I'm not doing any more work outside today. It's about 12:15 and I'm going to go in now and make some lunch, and then I'm going to come out. I'm going to go and do some painting. I need to start on the breakfast room like I said before, so I need to get cracking with that. And I'll show you that in another video of my DIY video. I'll see you soon. I just did. I've not quite gone in yet. I'm going to go in now. So I just put down on here. I just planted that one red cabbage in there, and so that Simon's got one red cabbage in case we need it. Let's hope we don't. Anyway, I've put some manure around it, some manure sheep pellets just around the top, so when I water it they're released gradually. And I also put some chili around it, chili flakes or whatever you call, mixed chili with seeds, which are supposed to deter the slugs. And I think it's working, because if I look at the ones outside inside the bed here, that it's also got chili in here. I think, hopefully, touch wood, I hope. But these all seem to be going to seed. I think I sowed them too early. Everything seems to be going to seed, which is very, very annoying. If you look in here, yeah, look, these are all the cabbages. And they're not growing very well, whereas the broccoli are growing really well. So this is the broccoli, which seems to be growing better than the cabbage. But I did sow the cabbage really early, so I think we'll sow some more. But the broccoli is doing well, look at that. And I did put chili all in this bed, chili seeds, and it does seem to be working. They're not getting attacked. We're probably going to have to water that again though, so we haven't had any rain. The broccoli is growing really well, but the cabbage seems to be bolting. We will sow some more and give it another go. And that's all I do, is trial and error all the time. I covered up my hostas, as I told you before, because the birds love eating them when they're young, when they're just coming through the ground. And it's not nice, because then I don't get any hostas. But once they get to a certain height, they stop trying to eat them. Anyway, I'm going now, because as I told you before, I only came out here for a little while, just to do a little bit of work. And now I've done. I'm not working outside. That bit by the back of the garden, I've decided to leave it until Simon is going to strim it with the big strimmer. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just leaving that. So as far as I'm concerned, I've done the majority of the garden. Just need to keep going around planting stuff in. I planted a load of plants in yesterday, and then I will plant some more plants in the garden. Not today though, because it's horrible. The weather's horrible today. It's very, very windy and I don't like it at all. So I'm going in now. So see you again.